Hello and welcome to the Ginger Bets Golf Betting Insights weekly YouTube video. This week I'm going to be covering the John Deere Classic taking place on the PGA Tour over in Illinois. It's going to be another birdie fest, a low scoring event. The course itself is the 6th easiest course on the PGA Tour, and therefore it might be that 20 under par this week doesn't even get you a place payout. We could see anything from 25, 26, 27 under win this tournament this week. The good news is for you listeners though, and those of you that tuned in last week at another birdie fest, is we are confident that we're going to give you a run for your money, and as we promise at Ginger Bets, we're going to make Sundays crazy fun time and time again. Last week we did it. I'm going to come on to that in a few seconds. You're going to have to bear with me this week as I do a quick recap of last week. It's not often, if ever again, in my golf betting, tipping, YouTube career that I will have this to shout about. So you're going to have to put up with the pain and listen to me gloat a little about last week's performance. But before we get on to that, what's coming in this episode and why do you need to stay tuned? We're going to be bringing 3 outright selections to the table this week. I'm fairly confident. Usually I might have 4 or 5 outright selections. This week, just the 3 outright selections to go to war with, plus 1 outsider. For the others, unfortunately, to get access to all 3 outsiders this week, I'm going to be asking something of you for a change, and that is in the link below. In the details of this video, you will see an option to sign up to substack.gingerbets.com, where you can receive just 1 email a week. I won't be bombarding you, just 1 email a week, which will give you all the outsiders, a course preview, a skill sets guide to what are the key attributes to be successful this week. There's loads of good detail in there, and I do suggest, if you're not a subscriber already, get over, click the link, fill in the email address, and I will just send 1 email a week to you. I will not be bombarding you with marketing emails, sales emails. Why? Because I don't know how to do them just yet. So that's why. So enjoy it while it lasts. It's free, it's easy, and it will not take too much of your time. If alternatively you would like to be part of that subscription and that mailing list, if you leave your email address in the comments below, I will add you to the distribution list, and that will enable you to get on for future weeks. So let's get into this week's video. 3 outright selections, 1 outsider, and a quick recap of last week, and that is where we will start. I've got to ask, if you have watched the video last week, and 80-90% of the people that did come on and see the video are not subscribers, so please, if you're a listener, first time viewer here, get yourself subscribed. Click the icon below, bottom left, bottom right, I'm not quite sure, bottom right I think, of the screen where it appears, and you will get alerts when the Ginger Bets weekly YouTube video is released, and it's worth setting yourself up for. Why? Last week we give you 150 to 1. 125 to 1 was the advertised price, but he was available at 150 to 1. Cam Davis got over the line. And what's more, not only that, probably the greatest feat in golf tipping, certainly that I've come across, and I'm not just saying this, it's easy for me to say, the first and second for subscribers of the Ginger Bets weekly insights email, the second and third best outsiders to consider finished first and second in last week's tournament at odds of 125 to 1 each. That meant if you played them blindly, you picked up 125 to 1 win payout plus the place payout on 125 to 1. That is the same as a win payout most weeks on the PGA Tour. Please do subscribe, share, like if you have been on one of these tips recently. We've got 49 subscribers on the channel just now, and I'd love to get a few more. Thank you for listening to all that self-indulgent promotional stuff. Now into the bit that you really all tune in for. I'll make a note in the comments section to send you to 4 minutes 50 in if you just want the selections. Right. First selection of the week, the headline pick. He is a player, well, let's just, 3 top 10s in the last 5 events, 7 top 10s in his last 8 events. 7 top 20s in his last 8 events, gaining half a stroke per round with his putting performance, gaining half a stroke per round with his strokes gained around the green. He's coming here hot. Key attribute this week, 100 to 150 yards out approach play. He's one of the best wedge players in the game. Over the last 50 rounds, this guy has the best short game around. And that, not the toughest track this week to get up and down, but that's definitely an important factor. And then he's 7th in driving accuracy over the last 50 rounds on the PGA Tour. 10th in fairways, in birdies made over the last 50 rounds on the PGA Tour. The first and headline selection, and I've not got too creative this week on this one, Brian Harman. He's available at 14 to 1, 8 places. Snap that up. It will not be 14 to 1, 8 places across the board come the off. I'm sure he will be popular. He is the man to beat for me this week. As a little snippet, those of you that have gone their email list will have received a bit of extra information this week, and that's my best lay. For those that are interested, the best lay this week, Russell Henley, his performance of putting on bent grass greens, and that's what we face this week, is damn right appalling. He sits about 130th on tour. So that's the type of stuff that you can get, and the little snippets that you can get week in, week out if you subscribe to substack.gingerbets.com. Get yourself over, or just click the link below in the details of this video. The second selection of the week. Regular listeners will know that I am mega keen, and when he does get his first PGA Tour win, I am going to be on him. Interesting stat, 5 of the last 9 winners of the John Deere Classic have all been first-time winners on the PGA Tour at this event. So this guy could also do the trick this week. He is a college, hard for me to say, a college prodigy. He followed, broke many a Tiger's records or equaled them in the college scene, came out to the PGA Tour. Let me just tell you some of his stats, and I've got these written down. Again, if you are a subscriber, you'll have these in the email list. But he's first in approach gained over the last 36 rounds. He's first in opportunities gained over the last 36 rounds. He's second in fairways gained over the last 36 rounds. He's 5th in strokes gained approach from 100 to 125 yards. These are all good skill sets to have on your side this week at the John Deere Classic. The second selection of the week, and the one that I'd most like to get over the line, Doug Ghim, 50 to 1, 8 places. Those of you that tune in regularly will know I'm a massive fan, so I'm going to give him another chance in a really weak field. The third and final selection this week, he's got 3 top 20s in his last 6 starts, including a 4th at the RCB Heritage event, a really tough, tight track and demanding on the approach play. I think that this is guy, again, he fits the stat of having of a winner, first-time winner, breakthrough at this event. He is one that could make his breakthrough at this event. He's solid all-round game. And if anything, his weakness is his short game. And this, as I've just alluded to, is the easiest course on tour for getting up and down around the greens, or certainly in the top 3. Which means that that weakness that he has will not be exposed this week. He's gained strokes putting recently, which is another thing that I think is important coming into the event. It's not a left field selection. He is high up the board, but the third and final outright pick of the week is the young gun himself, Maverick McNeely. And I believe he is going to win potentially 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times on tour. He has the game, and this week it would not surprise me if he was to get over the line. Right, I've kept you way longer than I wanted to this week. It's going to be nearly 10 minutes long, but I did need to shout about last week's victory. If I can't do it this week, I'll never be able to do it. It would be great if we could get to 100 subscribers soon. We're at 49. We've got the Open Championship coming up next week. Please do me a favour. If you're finding this organically, if you're enjoying the content, if you've backed a winner, just press subscribe. You can even, I don't believe I'm saying this, I can't believe it, you can even not unsubscribe, turn off alerts. It'll never bother you, but subscribe, help me get my viewership up, let me get my subscriber list up. If you could, I'd be most grateful. Thanks for listening, and let's hope we can repeat last week's performance. with a winner and a place payout. It's unlikely, but fingers crossed. If nothing else, be good. Thank you for listening. Bye now.